Hey everyone, in today's video I thought it'd be fun to do a top 5 silver that you should be stacking now video. I get this question a lot as people come into the shop. What are you buying? What should I stack? What are other people buying? Well, today I've compiled a top 5 list of the best silver items in my opinion that you should be stacking today based on current market and current premiums. Here's a sneak peek of what's to come in the video. Be sure to stick around. Hey everyone, we're going to talk today about the top 5 silver items that I feel you should be stacking right now. Granted, this is just a personal opinion, but it's an opinion that comes with a lot of experience, not just in my personal stacking journey, but in the coin shop as well, seeing what other customers like to buy and the reasons that they're buying them. We're first going to start out with number 5. Now these are the top 5 silver items that you should be stacking right now. Number 5 is 10-ounce silver bars. Why 10-ounce silver bars? Well, they're a nice size. Granted, these are going to run, $290-ish today at today's silver price. As I film this, silver is hovering a little bit below $28 per ounce. But it is still a very affordable option for 10 ounces of silver. This is a size that's not so big where it's cumbersome and difficult to liquidate. But there again, it's not a super small size either, so that's kind of the drawback. 10-ounce bars remain a very popular choice among stackers. In fact, I had a flash sale on 10-ounce bars last week and we sold about 150 of them. So it still remains very popular for the stackers. Because of its size, as I said, it's not too big and it's not too small. And the premiums are pretty good on them right now as well. As I said, you can get these for around $290 today. So that's number 5, the 10-ounce silver bar. The number 4, move this out of the way here. The number 4, I feel, most popular or best thing to stack right now are sovereign silver coins. Now these can include a lot of different countries, although I will say a disclaimer where I would exclude some countries from this list. But that would include British Britannias, Canadian Maple Leafs. What else do we have? We have Austrian Philharmonics. I don't have a real great mix in here, but South African Krugerrands would be a part of that as well. The ones I would not include in this list of sovereign silver you should be stacking right now, that would include Mexican Libertads, very high premium. That would include Chinese Pandas, very high premium. Some coins that I do not have down here, but I would include with these as ones you should be stacking, would be Australian kangaroos. They're a low premium silver item as well that can be purchased for around the same cost per ounce as these. Premiums on these have come down quite a bit. For most of this stuff here in front of you, premiums are less than $3 per ounce for a government issued coin. So that's a good deal for a 1-ounce silver piece that's backed by a government. And we call these silver sovereigns. They remain a very popular choice in the shop for collectors and stackers both. I myself have a pretty good stack of silver sovereigns as well. And I should note this does not include US. When I call a coin a silver sovereign coin, that is any country but the United States. So, but yeah, this comes in at number 4 on best things you should be stacking right now. Number 3, silver rounds. Now these are going to come in hundreds or thousands of different designs, but these are privately minted 1-ounce silver rounds. They're 3/9 pure. Of the rounds or coin things that I'm showing you, these have the lowest premium on anything that is 3/9 pure or higher right now. So if you're looking at getting the 3/9 pure or higher, stick with silver rounds. It's typically your best bet. As I said, these are privately minted. Most are 3/9 pure. Some are sometimes made of 4/9 pure, but they remain a very popular choice, and by far the most popular is this guy right here. That's the buffalo round, which you're all probably familiar with. It's got the buffalo on the back and the Indian chief on the front. There's a lot of different iterations of that design. Many, in fact, maybe even all refineries make a version of it, and they're all a little different from each other. I've just held up 3 different ones here. But they're very, very popular in terms of design and choice because they're recognizable, even though they're a silver round. Now, one drawback of a silver round is they're not monetized. They're maybe a little more difficult for an individual to authenticate if they don't know what they're looking at. For example, you go to your neighbor and say, hey, I want to, buy a saw from you, and I'll pay you with this ounce of silver. The neighbor takes it. Oh, yeah, well, that's a cool looking coin, Statue of Liberty. Well, it says it's silver, but how do I know? So how are you going to look this up? I guess you could Google Statue of Liberty 1 ounce silver coin and see if you can get any image or search results that match this. But that's the difficulty with 1 ounce silver rounds, because they're a little tougher for outsiders to verify and understand what they are. Versus if you tried to pay with a Canadian maple leaf, you could do a quick internet search and you'd have thousands of pictures of silver Canadian maple leafs. So I don't know, for what it's worth. But I did rank these higher than the previous silver sovereigns because of the low premiums. And as silver and gold both, I believe, are going to remain very, very volatile in this upcoming political season. In fact, we've already seen it. We've seen big drops. We've seen big spikes. The big drops happen more recently. So there's going to be opportunity within those dips and spikes. So if you're on the fence about investing in precious metal, be sure to watch the metals market. I check it 10, 15, 20, 50 times a day sometimes, depending on how busy I am, because that's a part of my job and I always need to know where the price is. But if you're just kind of a casual bystander on the sidelines thinking you might want to buy silver, I think now is a great time to pay attention, because as I said, with those dips, there's going to be opportunity. And the cheapest pure silver you can buy right now are 1 ounce silver rounds. So that's my choice number 3 for the top 5 things that you should be stacking right now. Now this might be a surprise to some of you, because for the longest time, I love Silver Eagles, first of all, but for the longest time, I almost had to talk customers out of purchasing Silver Eagles because of the astronomical premiums on these items. Well, it's not the case anymore. Premiums have come down quite substantially. In fact, I found out earlier this week that the wholesale cost has come down quite a bit. So I'm going to adjust my retail cost on American Silver Eagles. And in fact, I might even have a sale on them coming up this week. So for what it's worth, 1 ounce uncirculated American Silver Eagles are the number 2 choice on my top 5 items that I feel you should be stacking right now. First of all, they're a beautiful, beautiful coin. It's a beautiful design in my own opinion, of course. But they're highly recognizable worldwide. This is the number 1 most collected bullion coin worldwide. So recognizability is there. If you're anywhere in the world, you can find somebody that's going to understand and know what this is and will be able to assign value to it. These are monetized, $1, although I would never spend them as $1, but they're a great value again. Our mint, say what you want about our U.S. mint. We're not very innovative, first of all, in terms of different designs and whatnot. But premiums have come down on the wholesale market, which tells me the mint is either keeping up or has caught up with demand. So premiums have started to come down on these. So that's a good thing for those who are looking to buy. Because as I said, premiums at one point were almost 100% on these. When silver hovered around $20 an ounce a couple years ago, these had an $18 to $20 premium, meaning spot price of silver is $20. You had to pay $38 or $40 for a 1 ounce American Silver Eagle. Now, as I film this, boy, you can look up any big bullion site online. I guarantee you their premiums will probably be higher than what I'm about to tell you. But do some research if you want. But anyway, these up until today in my shop have been $6 over spot, because my replacement cost has been about $5 over spot. Well, my replacement cost has come down substantially, and now I'm adjusting my price where these are going to be spot plus $4.50 each. So that's getting back to almost pre-pandemic premiums on these, which makes these an affordable choice. Now, granted, it's not my number 1 for a reason, because that premium is still kind of high relative to other silver you can stack. In fact, it's the highest premium that I've showed you versus my number 5, my number 4, and my number 3 item on the list. But because they're United States made, and because they're so recognizable globally, and they have a higher resale value in shops, because somebody walks in with an American Eagle, I'm going to pay you more than I would for a silver round or a Canadian maple leaf, because they retail for higher and the wholesale cost is higher. So that extra you pay today, you can argue that you get that extra back out of it tomorrow down the road, when and if you decide to sell. Now that's assuming market conditions don't change drastically, but they can. So, but that's just how it sits today. So number 2 on the list, American Silver Eagles. If you don't have any in your stack, I suggest you stack some and pick some up. Now this is probably no big surprise on what our number 1 is going to be on my list, my opinion of the top 5 things you should stack in terms of silver right now. 90% silver. Premiums on this are about as low as they've ever been, making it very, very, very affordable. The thing I like about 90% silver, and I've talked about this a lot, is the fractionality. In 1 ounce of 90% silver, which I have on my hand right here, that's $1.40 face value. This melted down would equal 1 ounce of pure silver, so equal to this. But you can buy this now for about $3 less per ounce. Maybe even than this, maybe even closer to $4 less per ounce, depending on the type you get. So not only is it the lowest premium on at least 90% silver you can buy, there are lower premiums, 40% silver halves, 35% silver nickels, 80% silver Canadian. But for things that are at least 90% pure silver, this is the lowest premium on the market right now, making it my top choice on what I've been stacking lately and what I encourage others to do as well. So as I said, we have a full ounce of silver on my hand here, $1.40. So, but yeah, that includes dimes, quarters, and half dollars, all made of 90% silver, 1964 and earlier US coinage, with the half dollar, quarter, and dime. Number 1 on the list. So what are you guys stacking right now? Are you stacking anything on the list? Or is there something else that you prefer to put your stacking money into right now? Drop it down in the comments. I'm curious to know, because we all have different stacking habits, different stacking goals, different stacking wants and needs. So this was just my list. You know, I think it maybe be fun. Maybe in the comments you drop down your top 5 list of best silver to stack today based on current market and current premiums. Just curious how different those lists will be out there. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. Click that subscribe button and click that notification bell and set it to all, because we do, whether or not you know it or not, we put out a flash sale once a week here at Minotcoin and Bullion, where we do a deep discount on a silver or gold bullion item. And we've even done collectible coins as well, where we gave them away for free. But that's a weekly deal we do, so if you don't want to miss out on those flash sales, getting notified for those, be sure to click the notification bell and select all. Please feel free, as I said, to drop a comment, and you can share this video as well. And if you didn't and you liked the content today, give it a thumbs up. We're really working hard to try to grow our channel, moving through the summer into the fall. I know summertime is a little bit slower time where not as many people are on YouTube watching videos, and all of us content creators are seeing that in terms of viewership, but I get it. Summers are busy. There's vacations, and you know, you're doing stuff outside. So I get it. But hey, if you liked it, drop a comment, do a like. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so. Thank you all again so much. I appreciate it. You have a great day.